Do.
Timber!
How do you get a new drop? Watch 3 hours. And gift 4,000 subs. Good morning, Timmy. New location of the bits icons right where your finger naturally lands on your phone. Darn, you're just gonna have to send lots of bits on accident. Morning, Quigs. Alright. Uh-oh. Why'd I get an error? Don't love that. Don't love that at all. Technology is stupid. That's all I got. I think I need to rebuild things in a new, better way. I don't know what that way is yet. Alright, I think we're good now. Hopefully. Alrighty. So one of my favorite things about this game is just the way that the UI reacts to like lighting and stuff. Like when I go in here, like all this like glows up from like the light down here. It just, I don't know, something about it, and like the way that the light moves on the mana globe and health globe and stuff, it just feels so clean. Anyways, how you guys doing? Oop. Alrighty. Some areas get weird grainy on Xbox. Yeah, when there's a lot of density and a lot of stuff blowing up. I've noticed that as well. Apparently, like, that's their solution for certain areas, like for performance, to just render it in lesser quality than to like actually slow down the machine, although I feel like that happens also. Twitch told you you unlocked the September 2025 badge, but you can't find it. So that is, at least on desktop, I don't know where it is on mobile, but when you go to customize your badges, it looks like it's a little purple guy with sunglasses with his mouth open like Pac-Man. You don't mind it? No, they're working on it. Yeah, I'm sure they'll improve optimization as we get closer to the full launch. But yeah, I would much rather have the visual quality get worse than have it like actually freezing up and stuff. Is that the one? Yeah, if you hover over it, it'll stay. Well, I guess on mobile, I don't know, but on desktop, it'll say what it is. Last year's was basically the same, but without the sunglasses, and his mouth was closed. Who this guy? I don't know. I don't know. Increase stun buildup? Sure. Alright, what do we got? Oh, right. I was working towards this. I'm going to do this one. And I got to find 3 temporal tethers. I don't know what that looks like. So just keep an eye out. Keep your Chaos Orb? Yeah. Or your Hornet. Alrighty.
Dreadful.
So yeah, I was planning on starting a little earlier today, but I was just too sleepy, so I laid my ass back down. What's the build you're following? Because I might be playing Abyssal League. So I'm following Garotha's build. I did add a link to it at the top of my website, which is linked in my bio. For convenience. Eventually, I want to use my website for more than it currently is.
Death is my power to wield.
Had that thing forever. Might as well utilize it. This has to be the most interesting witch build PoE 2 has seen so far. It's pretty awesome. I like it a lot. It's pretty fun. Like, There's probably builds out there that do similar, like, damage-wise, but it's fun to play. It's cool to watch. Oh, we got a whisper.
Follow that whisper. Good timing. Spirit.
I need more mana.
He was getting impatient for me. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay.
More mana.
Horse bro. Left some back here. What is it? Tell me what it is. It's next to Delwyn. Oh, it's a map. Okay. Yeah, we'll take that. These events with 500 green energies crawling out of the ground scare me. The Abyss, yeah. Seems like a build that isn't the greatest for bosses, but you haven't seen you kill one yet. So it's definitely better for clearing. When I fight a boss, I do switch one of my gems. But I have seen Garatha. He's the one who wrote the build. He has much better gear. He kind of just blows up bosses, but his gear is crazy. Like, he knows this game really well, and so he's got it figured out.
Out of mana. More mana.
Okay, this guy doesn't like me. The proximal tangibility or whatever, that stuff kills me. Okay, this is a boss, right? So we will swap this for this. Does Chaos have a Herald? I don't think so. Good morning, Samantha.
I need more time.
So it's not amazing for bosses, but it's not terrible. Big reason I don't primarily go to Witch, but you don't know how you can have a Chaos Herald without it being broken? Yeah. So what I want to know is, like, so this whole build is based off of this, right? The Black Flame Covenant, which is fire spells convert 100% of fire damage to chaos damage. What other classes could take advantage of that? Like, is there like a fire monk? Could you make a chaos monk? Because that could be neat. I've only ever seen like lightning and frost monks. I don't know. I don't know builds well enough in this game. I don't know what it is about this game either. It's something about the way that the skills are. It's like, I have a hard time remembering what buttons I put what on outside of like my main abilities. So I'll constantly be hitting like, instead of using my frost wall, I'll be casting my despair and stuff like that. Like my brain just can never remember what I put stuff on, and that's like a me thing for sure. Cholula monk scales chaos, but not fire. Do I do it with the warrior? Yeah. What class? I am playing a witch. Okay, we'll come back for that if I remember that it's there. Got any junk in the trunk? Warrior would be goated if you could work that in, especially with double wielding two-handers. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it probably wouldn't be too hard to get over to that node, right? I don't know. You got any dinner ideas for 4 days? Looking for picky eater? So honestly, whenever I'm looking for food ideas, that's where I use ChatGPT nowadays. Like that's like, just like say what you have or like what the requirements are. It'll spit out like a whole list of stuff. This game's the shit. Sure it sure is. Blah, 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 blah. My brain is not awake. Getting a 12. You're getting your white girly drink. Do it. You don't need to roll the dice to get that. Just do it because you want it, man. Spaghetti just every meal. I like it. Say bye-bye to Diablo? I mean, I'm still going to play Diablo when new seasons drop. I will always bounce to whatever ARPG has the most current content, because I like playing them all. I think they're all fun in different ways. What's the build? What character? So this is a Blood Mage Witch, just the Chaos Purple Fireball build. It's Garotha's build, and I did put a link at the top of my website, which I linked to in my bio, if you're interested. Back at it again? Sure am. It's the weekend blasty blast. Diablo still has your heart, though this is your solo game. Diablo's your group game. Gotcha. I do plan on doing more group stuff this Diablo season, which I'm kind of excited about. Normally I play it solo, but I've always liked doing Infernal Hordes in groups, and since this season is focused on Infernal Hordes, I'm like, that'd be a good one to like focus on doing more group play.
Death is my power to wield.
D4 is for a relaxing grind for a week or two. PoE 2 is good for the long haul grind. I definitely agree with Diablo. That usually 2 or 3 weeks is about as much as a season's going to give. I hope that improves in the future. For PoE in the past, like it usually lasts me about the same, like 2 or 3 weeks before I get burnt out. But I know a lot of people do enjoy it much longer. I'm hoping to get to that point eventually. This league definitely feels better than it has to me, so I'm excited that I'm like still interested in playing after over a week now. What up, Ash? How you doing? Sleepy? Same. As you get older, though, that just kind of becomes a permanent thing. 5 hours of sleep and then went to the driving range? Gotcha. What build? I'm a Blood Mage Chaos Fireball Witch. I put a link on my website, which is the link in my bio, if you're interested. Okay, keep hitting the wrong button again. My brain cannot remember the difference between two buttons. To put it in perspective for you, you have 2,200 hours in D4, you have the same in PoE 2. Dang. Yeah, I only have like 350 so hours in this game. But I definitely have thousands in Diablo. I wish that you could see on PC, like on Battle.net, how many hours you had in it. But I gotta be over 3,000 at this point. I think this league with Act 4 was great. You played a little too much the last 4 days. Yeah. Act 4 and the interludes were fantastic. And I really do like the Abyssal mechanic. And all the new crafting stuff that they added is really cool. You lost your life to this game when it dropped in December. I played it a lot. But not as much as you, apparently. You like the 2 or 3 weeks of content. You have hopes and dreams of playing other games. That's fair. That's fair. Like, I would love for Diablo to be in a place where, like, even for people who blast the game all day, every day, keeps them interested for at least like a month. If you want to keep playing, it feels like there's stuff to do. But if you want to move on, that's cool too. Like, that's where I would love it to get to a place too. And I feel like to some degree it's there. Like, you can keep playing it, but it does start getting very samey. Like, I feel like if they just added a really solid crafting system that gives, like, chase stuff if you want to chase it, I think that would probably be enough. And maybe, like, one new endgame mode that's, like, actually scalable in a meaningful way.
Death is my power to wield.
If you don't mind, can I show the build at some point? I have it linked in my bio. The whole build guide is the link at the top of my the link in my bio is my website, which has a link to the actual build. But if there's anything in particular you're looking to see, I can show it. Am I talking D4 Pew? I was talking D4 a minute ago. About the adding crafting and endgame stuff. I feel like Abyssal splash damage is a little off sometimes. The Abyss damage is kind of nuts, but it's also kind of fun. You never felt anything like the first time you cleared T100 in Season 1? Yeah. Like, honestly, like, people talked a lot of shit about the way the D4 launched, but, like, in a lot of ways, I kind of miss what we had back then. Now it's, like, way too easy. I feel like the game plays better now, but, like, we lost the challenge. Crafting can be a bummer if you get a huge item for your build and then tempering just borks it, makes it unusable. Yeah, they have said multiple times they're working on a fix for tempering or masterworking or something to make that feel better.
No.
I totally don't know what that fix is. Anyways. The only class that really uses chaos is Witch. Ranger can, but it's not great. Well, so like any class technically can now, right? With that passive node. Remove the tempering redo limit. That'd be one way. I know the most common opinion is that people just want... Oh no, I'm thinking masterworking. People want masterworking to be able to like just like re-roll to the last 4, which could work. You're a big believer in tempering doesn't make any unusable if everything else is perfect. I don't think it's like unusable, but if you already have a good piece and you get a minor upgrade and it bricks it, it feels bad. Like, a lot of the issue that D4 has is that all of the systems, when you get what you want, it feels like a relief instead of feeling good. I think that's the biggest issue the game has. Like, you never get the joy of getting things right. You get the relief of them not going wrong, if that makes sense. What up, Joe?
I think not.
Your biggest bitch about D4 right now is how many builds just bypass Torment 1 through 3? I mean, it's better now. It definitely takes a little bit longer to go through T1 through 3 than it, or yeah, 1 to 4 than it did. But yeah, it is still too quick. The progression's too fast. Like, I wish that it took like a month to get to Torment 4 for like most players. And it still probably does for like the most casual gamers. But like, even for like blasters who play all day every day, it should take at least a week, not a day. When tempering for an aspect that has 4 possible rolls, it feels so bad when you roll the same thing 4 plus times. I agree with that. It's better, but like, yeah, you're in Torment for maybe an hour or 2. So I feel like it's longer than that now, unless you get super, super lucky or your build is just super broken. Like, I feel like it'll usually take, like, most people a couple days now to get to Torment 4, to where they're, like, comfortable in Torment 4. You had a time where you roll the same thing for all 6 rolls? Yeah, I've done that as well. It sucks. Should be able to pick our temper? Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Alright, Abyssal Depths. Bow, bow, bow. Maybe I'm in the minority. You get your uniques pretty much right away. So getting your uniques right away doesn't necessarily put you in Torment 4, though, because you still got to build up and get all your ancestrals and stuff. I do feel like getting all of your uniques is way too easy with the way that boss farming is. And I feel like that's probably the worst part of the game. Between that and the Paragon boards, I feel like that's the worst part of the game right now, is it's too deterministic in terms of what you're getting, because people just want that, like, they want to have a finished character in 3 days, versus like Diablo 2, where people would grind for a whole season to get the gear that they want. I mean, it's not that bad if you trade, but like if you're playing solo self-found, it should take a little while. You shouldn't be able to get everything in a couple days. Like, you feel like giving the choice of rolling or picking would be nice, but if you want to pick, the cost of the mats is like 3 times or 4 times the cost. Yeah, that could work. I think how easy it is for bots to get RMT items is, yeah, so if you're going to trade, it's always going to be way easier, but if you play solo self-found, I think I play through the lens of a solo player, or like I view the game through the lens of a solo player most of the time, because that's usually how I play it. So for me, I guess because I'm not trading, it usually takes me a little bit longer than it does for somebody who's just going to have, well, I mean, there's people like Rob who, like, he has like a whole community giving him items and stuff, so he's like in Torment 4 like 3 hours after the season launches. That's a little different. That's not like most players' experience. Does Black Flame Covenant not work well with Sorceress? You tried it with good pieces, but didn't do damage. So it scales off of Chaos nodes on the skill tree and fire and spell damage on your gear. I would assume that it would do okay if you had everything else built properly. I can't remember off the top of my head what exactly the Sork's ascendancies look like to see if that would be a good fit, but I can't imagine it would scale differently. Oh god. Oh god. Hey! Wonder Puppy, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. How you doing?
Move.
Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Okay. Almost got there. What's up, everybody? Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. How was your stream? What were you up to? I'm sure you were playing PoE, right? Yeah, yeah. Puppy raid. People are here. It's true. It's true. We got a puppy raid. The most wonderful puppy. All right. I don't want to die to this soul siphoner. Stormweaver's mostly cold and lightning. True. Oh, I don't even know what a chronomancer would use. Could you do a like a fire damage chronomancer and turn that into chaos? I don't know. Maybe. Honestly, feel like sorcerer might play better with this build from the ascendancy. It could be. Okay, this guy's scary. I don't like him. He's not my friend. I need more mana. Okay, there we go. Got him. Got him. What does the tier 2 in the item name mean? Is it like GAs and D4? So I don't know exactly how it works. I just kind of assume that it has a higher chance to roll better mods, but I really don't know. When it comes to PoE 2, I'm kind of a noob, to be honest. Doing good. Hope you're having a good time. Did your first speed run of Acts 1 through 4 in 7-ish hours. It was a good time. Decided you're done with Endgame for the time being. Gotcha. I'm doing pretty good. So I've never really gotten much into any of the PoE endgame, so I'm trying to push this one a little bit further because I'm enjoying the state of the game. But I really do enjoy the campaign in this game better than the endgame. I always have in PoE 1 too, which I know I'm like an outlier. It's just like, I don't know. Something about just running maps over and over usually makes me feel a little sleepy. But this league, I'm enjoying it more than I have. So I'm rolling with it for now. We'll see how long it lasts. Tier 2 is name cosmetic earlier gear with higher level rolls. Okay, okay. You're the same way. You love new characters. Playing through the campaign was super enjoyable. Yeah. I am already kind of getting the itch to try making a new character, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet because I am still enjoying this one and I want to see how far I can take it. I want to fight at least like one of the like the bosses, like the scary bosses. How do you get more spirit using a sorceress? I mean, you can use a scepter. You can find gear with spirit. I know it can roll in like chests and amulets, I think. Possibly other slots as well. It might be able to roll on more than that, but that's what I know it can roll on. And then there's a couple quests that give spirit, but it's definitely like a little more limited as far as where you can get spirit. Maybe it's just feeling the sense of progression against bosses you had some trouble against. Yeah, I can see that. Running maps just seems like running nightmare dungeons nonstop in D4. Yeah, kinda. Like, I do like the Atlas thing, so you can, like, modify it a little bit. I think a system like that in D4 would be really cool, too. So, like, if you really like running the Tree of Whispers, you can kind of change it up to where you can... Like, they talked about that in that survey that I've mentioned a bajillion times. Being able to... What did they call it? They called it, like, a... Endgame playlist or something where you could say like I want to do these 5 activities and I want to focus at like these kind of rewards. I don't know if that's what they're planning on doing, but something like that could work. You hope I'm happy? I'm always happy. I'm always happy. I'm not always, but usually. You feel that the music and the dialogue in the campaign is pretty good. You're a Diablo fanboy, but GGG did a good job with the story atmosphere. I agree completely. Like I'm not a big story guy, but like just like the areas and the characters seemed interesting enough. Like I didn't care about the lore so much, but like I don't know. It's just it has a cool vibe to it. Didn't answer you, so oh, I didn't even see that. I saw puppies. Where did you? Oh, is it too early to eat an ice cream sandwich? Now I see it. No, it's not. Absolutely not. I am a big advocate for ice cream for breakfast. So, tactician zoning, nice. You weren't very happy for an hour yesterday. You were very sad. Why? Why? I'm sorry. Need a new class, though? So they did say that Druid was originally planned for 0.3. They just ran into some issues with getting its animations done, so they didn't get it out in time. So I fully expect it to come out in 0.4 in December, possibly with the Duelist or something. Some maps in PvE2 with bosses, you know it's going to be a problem for your build, so you just stay away. Yeah. Thinking which is fun. Oh, you mean a new class for you? Gotcha. I thought you meant for the game in general. Oh, don't want to go in there. What's happening right now? I don't like this whole thing. 280 hours now, nice. Oh, he regenerates life. That explains it. I'm like, why is he not dying? Okay. This guy's not gonna die. Okay, that was better. Where'd he go? Got him. I'm afraid to go in there. About 50 in the new season. Yeah, I think I'm around there as well. I don't know the exact number, but you be lurking, your dude. You gotta bake some GF cookies. Keep kicking butt. Hell yeah! Enjoy your cookies. Does that mean gluten-free or girlfriend cookies? I don't know. Preserved vertebrae. All right, what am I ditching? You can ditch those. You have the same question? Hashtag no girlfriend? Same. You're making the cookies to get one. Definitely gluten-free, gotcha. You like girlfriend cookies? Same. Alright. So we can switch this back now. Who needs a GF when you got homies? True. You're making the cookies to fill the empty void. Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. Got wife that loves gaming? Nice. What's the secret?
No.
Bow, 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 bow. Wow. Fair.
More mana.
But you like D4? Man, I miss loving WoW. I really do. I still play it every expansion, but it just feels so samey these days. We can use the same support gem. Yeah, as many times as you want. You can use that as many skills as you want now. Super nice. About 11 years, gave up. Yeah, I still go back every expansion. And like if a new feature comes out that I'm really excited about, like the upcoming player housing, I will definitely be back for that. But it's just like the game feels so samey these days. Meh. Good job, Timmy. Proud of you. You're a winner. Same with Star Wars. Gotcha. You love it? Played since the launch, just gets stale now quickly? Do I have an ID scroll? I don't. Okay. It's fine. So I still haven't found the thing that I'm supposed to be able to find in these nearby maps. But I don't know what I'm looking for either. So I don't know if it's super obvious or not. But yeah, like going back to WoW, I will definitely be playing when player housing comes out for a little bit. And I might play the Legion remix. I'm on the fence. And then I'll obviously be going back when Midnight first releases. But I never stick around for too long anymore. Give it a week or two, maybe. Unless there's like a Diablo season that comes out right around the same time. Then it'll be drastically cut down. Alright, is there anywhere here we have not explored yet? We can go up there. Okay, so it looks like just up here there's a little bit that I haven't checked out. Your thing with WoW is you can't get into because there's so much lore and story you get lost so quick. So I will tell you, I've played WoW on and off since 2004. I don't think I've ever read a single quest text ever. That's probably not true, but the amount of story that I know in that game is basically nothing. But I get it. I get it. I'm the same way with like Diablo. Like I love playing the game, but I do not care at all about the story. I wish I did. I wish I did. Okay, does anybody have any idea where, what do they call it? I don't even remember what they called it. The things to unlock the swirly thing around the evil dungeon. I'm so descriptive with my words. Get all your lore from your daughter. You hate reading the quest. Like, just let me go kill. Yeah, exactly. Like, I know that there's an add-on for Classic that's supposed to make like the game more immersive, and like it adds like I think it's AI voice acted, but like it adds voice acting to all of the quests. and has like actual like makes it feel more like you're watching like a movie. And like I was kind of interested to try that out and play through it that way to see if that immerses me anymore to get me into the story. But I also don't really care to go back to Classic because I played Classic when it was just called World of Warcraft. And I feel like been there, done that. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I wish that didn't require 44 strength, but I could probably get 44 strength. But those are good rolls. And I need all those things. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. You know it won't? I mean, it probably won't. But it might. Nope. We're gonna do the other thing for that. Do. Well, class, I'm a witch. Boop, boop, boop. He's a witch. What up, Swag? I'm good. How you doing? With Ascendancy, I'm a blood mage. I'm going Chaos Fireball. Okay. So, we currently have 2 prefixes, 2 suffixes. I would really want to get Energy Shield as a prefix and another resist as a suffix. Ideally. What's going to be my best way to do that? I wish I knew the crafting better. Let's actually read things. Exalted Orb will add 2 random modifiers. That's not super helpful. That's okay. None of that's going to help. Delirium. These are for instilling. Yeah. Adds quality that enhances physical modifiers, life modifiers. Tradition's not helpful. Essences. That's only for magic items. Okay. So, I guess we just exalt, right? One change you think they need to make, they need an immunity to 1 damage style. Either an ascendancy or an item. Immunity to 1... What do you mean by that? Okay. Ooh, I got a dual res. Not a great roll. Okay. While active in your inventory, your next desecration attempt will guarantee a random Ulaman modifier. I wish I knew what that meant. Being max res in all 4 styles is rough, like with Chaos especially. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're saying you want to be able to hit max with 1, and it applies to all of them? Seems like it'd be a little OP, but maybe. Okay, what is a Ulaman modifier? I'm Googling it. Did I spell it wrong? I did. Ulaman? Just max 1 or immune to 1 through ascendancy. Okay, what does this mean? List of desecrated modifiers. Ulaman. So this would be... It would be a prefix. So prefixes are boots. Prefix boot. They don't list prefix boots. Would it just be armor? Huh? Smith of Katava has that for fire res, basically? Oh, interesting. Okay, Let's just search for boots. Okay. But it's a prefix. That's a suffix. Body armor, helmets, gloves, and boots do not have exclusive desiccator. Okay, so that'd be no good. Okay. I don't know, though. Like, I feel like getting your immunities up is just kind of part of the gearing puzzle. And it didn't really seem too hard. Like, I'm at 67, 75, 75, 37. So it's... Yeah, my chaos is a little low, but... As you get better gear, you should be able to hit it fairly easily. Man, why is it so warm already? It is early in the morning and I'm cooking in here. Okay. So we still haven't found any of the things. We did get a tier 7 map. So I should only run that if we're going to be fighting against a boss, because bosses are guaranteed to drop the next tier. So this. Find and activate 3 temporal tethers in nearby maps to dispel the sandstorm. So how do I find temporal tethers? Like, I don't have that many maps around this anymore. I guess these would probably be considered that too. I guess we go here. There's no boss there, though, so we're going to use this guy. Get level 20 witch. Witches are cool. I like it. Ordered a Switch 2. It arrives today. You never bought one before? Hell yeah. So I ordered a Switch 2, but I haven't opened it yet because there isn't a game for it that I actually am excited to play. But there's definitely going to be games in the future that I'll be excited to try. They actually have new endgame quests now? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we got Delirium.
You are being controlled.
Send it.
By greater forces.
Good start. Good start. Hell yeah, brother. Wanna play Tears of the Kingdom, the Switch 2 version? So, my issue with Tears of the Kingdom is I just have a really hard time playing games like that with a controller. I wish I could play it with keyboard and mouse, but I was so sad that they didn't add mouse support for a lot of the games. Like, even though the new mouse functionality on the Joy-Cons was like a big deal, it's like I want the Metroid style controls that they added, and like hook up like a USB keyboard and let me play it like I'm playing a first-person shooter on the PC or something, or like let me play it like I play Valheim. I feel like that's the way that I want to play Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. I know that there's mods for it on Shmemulators that let you do it, but I tried it one time and it just did not feel right. Surprised they didn't try and get PoE 2 on Switch. You'd buy it immediately if they did. Maybe it will be at full release. That's possible. I could see that. Because like when they released into early access, the Switch 2 wasn't a thing yet. So maybe they're just waiting for 1.0. Although it has performance issues on PS5, so I doubt that it's going to run very good on the Switch. So maybe once they get it further optimized, maybe. Does this build fry my computer? No, but I have a pretty solid PC. I'm sure if your PC is not very good, it would wreck it. I also cap my frames at 60, so that helps, but that's only because I run VSync. Otherwise, I get weird screen tearing stuff. Probably because I have old monitors. What ascension should you do? Whatever sounds fun to you. I'm playing a Blood Mage, personally. Console just needs more in-depth graphic settings. I mean, they definitely need to optimize the shit out of this game, though. What build is this? Looks awesome. So this is the Chaos Fireball Blood Mage Witch. Garotha made the build. I have a link to it on my website, which is the link in my bio. Full release was supposed to happen in June, and we just got a new leak. They never said in June. Originally, their plan was by the end of this year. Although they've now said that that's not going to happen. But they're hoping that the next update in March will be the full release. So their current goal is March 2026. But basically, they said what their benchmark, or like their goalposts, is making sure Act 6 is done, and that the community is generally favorable about the game. So they're no longer committed to having all of the classes and all of the ascendancies ready by then, as long as they have Act 6 done and people generally are happy with where the game's at. So I feel like that seems pretty likely. What build is this? I'm playing a Fireball Blood Mage, which is the Witch Ascendancy. Initially, they hoped May, June when it dropped in December, but they moved it fairly quickly. I'm pretty sure that all they've ever said was that they hope to have it done by the end of 2025. But they definitely moved it since then. I never heard June, but I could be wrong. Finally got a chance to play yesterday, and Chaos Damage feels way stronger early game. Chaos Damage, yeah, it's really good now early game. Like, leveling Essence Drain Contagion felt really good. As soon as I hit level 6, I was, like, off to the races. I mean, off to the races is still really slow for me, because I don't know this game that well. But, compared to my previous builds, leveling felt much easier. Started doing your minion build, but you're feeling like pivoting. Yeah, I had a few minions for leveling. Made it a little easier. I switched to this around the same time that I moved into maps. But I know Garotha, the guy who made this build, he switched to this build in like Act 2 of the campaign, so much earlier. But he said he doesn't recommend that unless you get a certain few key pieces of gear. I don't remember what those were, though. Armor strongbox. Guarded by 34 packs of monsters. That's a lot of dudes.
More mana.
Holy.
Give up all hope.
How can you follow this build? You like the playstyle? So I linked the planner that I'm following. This is Garatha's build. It's on max roll, but I put a link to it at the top of my website, which is in my bio. Are we there yet? Oh boy. A little hectic. Do I like PoE better than Diablo? I really enjoy both games for very different reasons. I think for me, I enjoy Diablo's combat a little bit better. I just feel like it feels more fluid. But I think this game is like skill systems and itemization feels way better. And I like the way that they handle leagues better. But I'm really glad that the seasons seem to be like not overlapping each other so that we're able to kind of play both. Nothing? All that for nothing? Am I gonna play another class? Probably eventually. Blizzard and GGG need to have a baby. Honestly, if we could take the best parts of PoE 1, PoE 2, Last Epoch, and Diablo 4, and Diablo 2 and 3 for that matter, I mean, there'd be a really sick game on our hands. But, sadly, it's not gonna happen. So I did all that, and that gave me jack shit. Are you... Anyways...
More mana. Another corpse to serve me.
What's your advice for a Diablo player who wants to try PoE who hasn't played it before? Just go in knowing that it's a much more difficult game with a lot more to learn, and just take it little by little. Don't get frustrated if you die, because you're gonna die. Bosses are a lot harder. But I mean, I'm in the same boat. I've played Diablo my whole life, and I'm fairly new to PoE. How do you set up TikTok with the custom layout Streamlabs? I don't use Streamlabs. I'm actually like, I'm very anti-Streamlabs. I feel like they're a very shady company. But I use OBS Studio, and I use a program called Atom Vertical that gives you a separate canvas to lay out your vertical your vertical live stream. I think Stream Elements also offers a similar thing now, but I haven't used theirs. Do not get overwhelmed by the skill tree. Yeah, so the thing, a lot of people do get overwhelmed by the skill tree because it's a lot. But what you have to keep in mind is this is the skill tree for every class, not just your class. So like you're only going to be looking, like I'm only really focused on like this chunk here, and a lot of it you can just ignore. Just you want to just search for the big nodes that are like good for your build and just kind of focus towards those and ignore the rest. This and Last Epoch have been a great change of pace from D4. Yeah, I really, really like all three games. I really do. Just started Act 4 for the first time. The abandoned prison with the water, Chef's Kiss. That place was so cool. I loved every second of it. Honestly, all of Act 4 was super fun. And the interludes was such a pleasant surprise. I thought it was just going to be like just recycled garbage. And it felt really fun. Like, I'm going to be sad when it goes away. Like, I know that they said that they're still going to be using the content in maps and stuff, but it's like, I don't know. I liked it the way that it was. What are the exploding orbs I'm shooting out? Your Essence Strain Lich build, this looks cool. So it's just fireballs, but I switched it from fire to chaos on the passive tree. And so I'm scaling it with passive nodes instead of with fire. What's the best class, easiest for a first-time PoE player? I would say, if you're like a pretty good gamer, right? I would go Deadeye. If you're like me, more of like a, I mean, like an older gamer or like a dad gamer, someone who is intimidated by a lot of buttons and being like really good at the game, then a minion build is probably going to be your best bet, just because like, you know, you can kind of let them do a lot of the work. The Witch isn't bad. I'm enjoying it. Minion is definitely more beginner friendly. Yeah. Then Ranger, yeah. But like the Ranger's supposed to be like the Deadeye Ranger is supposed to be like the strongest build this season, and from everything I've seen, it's pretty nuts. Like strong out the gate and continues to be strong in the end game. Stay away from Warrior. I heard Warrior's rough early game, but I heard it gets really strong in the end game. You don't like minions? That's why you don't play Necro in D4? I don't play Necro in D4 because it's boring. Did I say that out loud? Which minion? Clearing fast as hell? Yeah, so I definitely leveled with minions in this game. Like, minions feel better in this game than they do in D4 to me. Because if, like, my issue with D4 is when you play a minion build, you feel like the minions are doing most of the work. Whereas in this game, I still felt like I was putting in a good amount of the work and the minions were just kind of there tanking extra stuff for me. But yeah, I've been saying it for a while. I would love if Diablo added like a new build for the Necro that actually made me excited to play the class, but it hasn't happened yet. And I've tried many times. Minions also feel better to me in Last Epoch. How many torments you think they're adding in D4? I don't think they're going to add more torments. I don't think it makes any sense. Like people say that they want to torment 5, 6, whatever, but it's going to be the same problem. We're going to level up to it, and then eventually it'll stop increasing, and then we'll get powerful enough to be able to destroy it as if it was normal. So it won't really help anything other than like what there's a phrase. What's the phrase I'm looking for? It's like I don't know. Like no, not power creep. It's like artificial progression. Like, it doesn't really do anything. They need to fundamentally change the way that the game scales, not just add more levels. Like, yeah, adding a couple more Tormenteers will add a couple more days to the beginning of the season, but that's about it. It doesn't do anything. like, unless they make it infinitely scale, that would be different. But then you were getting back into Diablo 3 territory, and I don't know if I want that either. What class would you suggest for a new PoE player? Yeah, I was just talking about that. I would say either a Deadeye Ranger if you want to get sweaty with it, or if you want to play more casual, play like a Minion Witch or something. They don't need T20, they need more than T4. I just think that they need to figure out a more meaningful way to scale the progression rather than just adding more tiers. Like, I think that the way that they handle like maps in this game, to where like you can increase the level, but then also add modifiers to it to make it more difficult but more rewarding. We do know that leaderboards are coming, so they definitely have something interesting planned. PoE2's endgame is very well done. So I do like the way that the endgame scales, but I do feel like just running maps isn't the most exciting. I wish the content was a little more varied. And I think that's one of the reasons why, like, I like in D4, I like that there's the pit and there's nightmare dungeons and there's Helltide and there's whispers. So like the activity, like even though you're still just running around the world killing monsters, like it feels like Infernal Hordes, like you're doing it in different ways. But in that game, it just doesn't scale, so it gets so easy that it's like it turn your brain off. When do you think the Roger Cube will be coming? That'd be nice. That'd be nice. They need crafting for sure, so that'd be a great way to do it. Don't have as many League mechanics as PoE1, but there's quite a few pinnacles. That's true. Yeah, I haven't really gotten into doing like the pinnacle bosses and stuff. I wanna get that far. I've never made it there yet. Okay, so I'm still trying to find the things to unlock the dangerous boss area, but I don't know where that is. It said to find like 3 tethers or something, but I have not found a single one yet. Best thing the Roderick Cube had was remove level requirements. On that was the Kanai's Cube. That wasn't the Roderick Cube. They're different. And both cubes were very interesting, but they served very different purposes. So like the Herodric Cube was more for creating new things, where the Kanai's Cube was for modifying your like things that you already had, kind of. And I think both have a place in a Diablo game. If they could bring back both, that would be interesting. Like I could see them bring back the Herodric Cube for one expansion and then the Kanai's Cube for another expansion, just to have different forms of crafting in the endgame. Just hope D4 doesn't do another copy and paste of powers. It's getting kind of stale. So I put out well, like they recently did an interview. It was Bloodshed, Ruben, and Charles Dunn. They put out an interview. Well, it was a bunch of devs, but the Charles Dunn section was the part that I latched onto because they talked about the powers, and they talked about how, like with Season 10, they're doing the Chaos powers, but they're also doing Chaos armor. And I think the Chaos armor is how they should be looking at seasonal powers, at least for a little while. I think the power board that they have is fine every now and then, but it shouldn't be every single season. But the way that they're doing the Chaos armor is very interesting because it's a different way to find new power. And if they do stuff more like that, I think it's a good step in the right direction. Said earlier you think D3 was almost perfect by the end of life. I really liked Diablo 3 in terms of like finding gear and crafting and that kind of thing, but just running Greater Rifts all day was also kind of boring. I think that adding the Altar of Rites was probably the best thing they did for that game, because that did get you out in the world doing other things also. But then once you max that out, you're back to just running Greater Rifts. Best Diablo ever was D2. I agree, which is funny because that's the one that doesn't really have endgame other than a couple Ubers. Are you greedy in saying yellow enemies in PoE shouldn't drop one single blue item? I think getting blue items in this game is important for crafting. I could see that being like if you're playing solo Southbound, I could see you wanting that. But white and blue items in this game are actually meaningful. You haven't touched crafting. Crafting is super cool in this game. From that standpoint, yes, but the torment system was good. Crafting was okay. So the torment system was fine, but I made a video about this a long time ago. I think when they first announced the change going to the torment system in D4, is like, yeah, going from torment 1 to 16 was fine, but what was that experience actually like? You got to torment 1, you do 2 rifts, you're in torment 6. You do 2 more, you're in torment 10. You do 2 more, you're in torment 16, and then you're in torment 16 forever. Like, it's not a whole lot different than it is in D4, where you're moving from 1 to 4 real quick.
Yes.
That's why I think they need to figure out a different way to let us choose our difficulty, to improve our rewards, and have it scale with us more meaningfully. Do I like the changes on lots of loot dropping in D4? I feel like we get less loot now, right? One thing that was really interesting in that recent video is they basically said they've gotten to a point where they are actively working on loot filters. They're not announcing anything yet, but they said that they're working on it, which is good. Although, I've never really felt like Diablo 4 needed a loot filter. I think they need more of a loot highlighter, like a dopamine filter that says, like, if you need this item that has this stat, this stat, this stat with high rolls, if that drops, you can add a beam to it. So you know when to get excited about a loot drop, and you can just kind of pick up the other stuff and salvage it immediately. That's how I would do it, is just being able to like highlight the important stuff, and maybe anything, like maybe having a way to like auto salvage everything else. They never changed damage calcs in D3, which is a big part of Trillions. Yeah. You want D4 to bring back set items? I've talked about that a ton as well. If they do set items, they need to be super careful, because in Diablo 2, sets were mostly meaningless with the exception of a few parts here and there, like the 3-piece Tal set or Alder's boots or whatever. Like, most people didn't rock a full set. You'd see some like IK barbarians and some Saigon set users, but that was about it. But in D3, sets were so overpowered that they were basically mandatory. There was a few like Legacy of Dreams or whatever builds that could get away from that, but for the most part, everybody was forced into wearing a set. So like, if D4 is going to do sets, I really feel like they need to do it in a way that's going to be completely different, to where like, instead of giving us more power, maybe it just shifts the way that our class plays the builds. So like, you know, it like the way that PoE and Last Epoch modify your spells, I think it'd be really cool if they lean into that fantasy. So like, it changes, like, you know, instead of a druid doing wind and lightning damage or whatever, you get the fire druid like fantasy and stuff like that. Just like more ways to give us new archetypes, new ways to play classes. I think that would be cool. / end rant. You want them to bring back the Witch Doctor, one of your favorite classes? I hear a lot of people saying that. The fact that we had the season of Witchcraft and they gave us a bunch of the Witch Doctor powers makes me think that was kind of their way of saying, like, this season's for the Witch Doctor fans. We hear you, but we already have like a poison class in the Spirit Born. We already have a summoner in the Necro, and to some extent the Druid. Probably not for a while, if ever. It was the least played class in Diablo 3 from everything that I've ever heard. But I know a lot of people do want it. I wouldn't get your hopes up, though. But I could be wrong. I definitely think we're getting a Paladin-like class in the next expansion. Who knows after that, though? Maybe. Maybe if people are loud enough, they'll do it. Assuming we get Paladin, I do hope that the next expansion is something new again. And then depending on how many expansions we get, like if they alternated, I think that'd be cool. Maybe the final expansion, they add 2 classes. That would also be cool. So I still have yet to find any of these temporal tethers. Does anybody have any idea what those look like? Because, like, I can't go back to these maps now, and I'm running out of maps around it. Find and activate. So it just says nearby. It doesn't necessarily mean right by it. What do you think about a new mercenary like an angel from Sanctuary? I think new mercenaries would be awesome. I hope that we're getting more. What's the different colored boss icon? So that is a deadly map boss. That's all I know. You did the second character. You have the Trials of Chaos, and it's still not giving ascendancy points. That's weird. I would definitely report that on their forums or their Discord or something. I have not seen that. Yeah, so, like, this might be a pinnacle boss. I'm not sure. But I'm trying to open it up, and it just says, find and activate 3 temporal tethers in nearby maps to dispel the sandstorm and gain access to this map. Requires Waystone tier 6 or higher. Are you sure it said this ascendancy will give additional points? Yeah, so, well, he's on this only on the second ascendancy, so it should. It's the first time going to the Trial of Chaos. Alright, we're gonna do this one. I should have done 7 here to try to get an 8 Waystone. It's fine. It's fine. If we missed a pickup, it won't all the time? Missed a pickup. What do you mean by that?
You are the only one who matters.
Wasn't PoE 2 free to play? It will be when it fully releases. It's still in early access though, so it costs $30 right now. But if you do the early access, you get that much money's worth of in-game currency. So it basically pays for itself if you're going to buy like stash tabs and stuff. But they're shooting for having it fully released in March of next year, so it will be free to play then. PoE 1 is already currently free. If the drop happened prior and he missed it and another token dropped, it might not grant it. Oh, so yeah, you need like the green version of the token to open it for the quest. How much DPS do I have? My fireball does 4,200, but I do a bunch of them. So whatever that math is. I need infusions. Give me infusions, please. There we go. Did I say March? That's real early access. So, yeah, there's not an official date yet, but what Jonathan said during a recent interview is that December is going to be 0.4. That's when we're going to get to Druid, possibly Act 5, possibly another class. And then he said the next major update, which is going to be in March, he's hoping that's going to be 1.0. But he basically said they're not going to do 1.0 until they feel like the general public is happy with the game and they have at least Act 6 done. But that's when it's going to go free to play. But he said that they really do want to get back to having a free to play game. Whack. Need better drops. What's good item rarity? What's max so it doesn't do anything more? How much was it for the early access? Wasn't it like 25? I think it's 30. What's good item rarity? I have no idea. Just look because you were curious. They had over 1 million early access packs bought. Yep. Their highest concurrent player base on Steam was like 550,000 at launch or something like that. And like as of like 2 days ago, they still had like 300,000 for the start of this league. And that's just on Steam. That's not including people using the GGG launcher or playing on console. So they're doing real well. Once you buy the game, the updates and expansions are free. Yeah. The only thing you have to pay for is like cosmetics and like stash tabs and that kind of thing. Or you can just wait until hopefully March and it'll be completely free. Although you're still, if you're gonna play this game regularly, you're gonna need stash tabs, and so that's why like I'm encouraging people, if you think you're gonna play it, just pick it up, because like the stash tabs are basically mandatory if you're gonna actually play it. Can you show me how your fireball spell is made? So it splits into a bunch of stuff because I use Nova projectiles on my gem slot, and it's chaos because of this node right here, Black Flame Covenant. That's why it's chaos. This is Garatha's Blood Mage build. I have it linked in my on my website, which is rizarj.com. You can also get to it through my TikTok bio or my About Me page on YouTube or whatever. Playing Deadeye. Nice. What's the drop item called in Trials you should be looking for? So it's not in the Trials. It's the key to get into Trials. You need the quest version of it for the first one. I don't remember what it's called though. It's not the Jin Barya. That's the Sekima's one. It's the other one. Which is better, skill speed or attack speed? I don't know what's the difference. Is there skill speed? There's cast speed. Yeah, attack speed is for melee. Cast speed is for casters.
There, after the spirit.
Yeah, it's like inscribed ultimatum. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Oh, corpse explode? Not my friend. Not my friend. You enjoyed this game more than Diablo 4? I think they did better with D3. Have you played D4 recently? Because I feel like D4 has gotten significantly better since launch. At launch, I would probably agree that I thought D3 was a better game, but I think D4 has kind of gotten better now. I still like D3 though, but it's just like you can finish a character in like 3 days in D3. It takes like 2 weeks in D4. But I think both are fun games. Boop, boop, boop.
Spirit, thank you.
I am a witch. You will not tolerate D4 hate? Yeah, no D4 hate here. Might have to start over in D4, try again. Honestly, if you haven't played it in a while, I would recommend it. I will say that it's currently a little too easy. And I do hope that they add more difficulty. Like, even like while like leveling and stuff. Like, new players are playing the game and playing through the campaign and feeling like I was never at risk of dying ever. And that's kind of sad, because like when the game first came out, the world was actually kind of scary. And I feel like because of all the changes that they've made, it's gotten too easy for like the new player experience, and then also for like leveling new characters and whatnot. But as like a seasonal player who keeps coming back, I feel like the changes they've made to the game are really good. What's the build? I am playing a Blood Mage Witch. I am playing Chaos Fireball. There's a link to it at the top of my website, which is in my links in my profile. D4 used to be hard. Do you think they need to go back to the original difficulty, at least for higher T+? I think that they definitely need to figure out some way to make at least the end game scale meaningfully with your characters beyond Torment 4. And I don't think just adding Torment 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever, is the solution, even though the selection screen for Torments does have room for 3 more tiers. I photoshopped that to figure out exactly how many they left room for. But I think that we need something like the way that we progress difficulty in this game or in Last Epoch would work really well for D4. Loving Ice Shot, but any builds you try following are never updated after like Act 2. Haven't played many seasons. It's changed a lot over the years. Over the 2 years. I'm very excited for November, December when we're finally going to get the next expansion reveal. I hope we get some juicy announcements. With all the things they have added and changed, the formula is good, but the game turns to face roll. Yep. It seems like it was designed that way. You feel like they know they need to add more, but are waiting. I think that's the problem with knowing they're planning on doing multiple expansions, is like they're afraid to add cool, big new features because they know that they can make that a selling point for the expansions. Whereas like games like these, they don't have paid expansions, so they just put it out when it's ready, which I think makes a more exciting game. Is it getting old yet? Is what getting old yet? Fighting a single monster is the hardest thing for this build. This character, I'm still having a lot of fun with it. Okay, so this is a boss, so we're definitely going to switch this out. Boop, boop. This is a witch. You don't know, D4 and PoE2 are just completely different. Seems like Blizzard knows they can't compete anymore. I mean, they definitely have very different target audiences, right? And I feel like both games are great. Just, they've different priorities. And I do hope that they both continue to evolve. Boop, boop, boop. They can compete, they choose not to. I'll be very curious to see how people react when they start announcing the features that they've been working on. That's all I'm saying. Blizzard as a company faltered in the last couple of years. They need to come back strong. I feel like they were faltering, and I feel like they're starting to get back on solid footing. At least I'm hoping. I'm also very curious how the direction of the game is going to change now that Rod Ferguson is gone. D3 was the last best thing from Blizzard. So a lot of people would say that D3 was the start of the downfall of Blizzard. But Reaper of Souls was really good. D4 made you play Last Epoch and PoE 2. I really do still like D4. I'm excited for the future. I definitely feel like there are decisions that they're making that I don't love, but there's a lot of things they're doing that I do love. But I feel like their biggest problem is just they have such a big team and they listen to so many different people that there's not a clear vision, whereas like Last Epoch and PoE are much more guided by their singular focus. And I feel like that's why they feel like more well done games, is just because like they know where they're going. D4 is kind of back and forth, but I think that their vision for the future is exciting, and we should get announcements soon. Blizzard's biggest success is WoW. Oh, for sure, for sure. Although, not so much lately. D3 is a strong player counts for 10 years. The game did so many things right. So at launch, most people hated D3. Well, maybe not at launch, but like a little bit after launch, once people realized how like broken the game was. But Reaper of Souls fixed so much stuff, and the game became really, really, really good. But a lot of people, by that point, already wrote the game off. They called it a dead game. Sounds familiar? Devs are really in touch with PoE. They really are. Although, a lot of the diehard PoE 1 community hates PoE 2, but they feel like the vision is like terrible for this game. So, I don't know. Your opinion is D4 is what D3 should have been? In a lot of ways, I agree. But at the same time, I think D3 did a lot of things right that D4 doesn't have yet. It's like they need to take the best things that they have in D4, D3, and D2, roll them all together, you'd have a great game. Been letting it go for some reason. The original WoW was the big moneymaker. Yeah, it's like now they're focusing so much on just like the hardcore PvPers and the race for world first people, and like basically saying, fuck everybody else. Like they're balancing all the game around like the competitive stuff with like sponsorships behind it and stuff. Haven't played PoE 2, but you're getting real close to pay for it. So keep in mind, if you buy early access, you do get the same amount of money that you pay for early access in virtual currency in the game to buy stash tabs and stuff, which you will need if you're going to play the game anyways. So you basically get your money's worth anyways. Like it basically pays for itself, is what I'm saying. What up, Kirby? How you doing? I'm just walking into walls looking at chat. Anthony! Okay. Still have not found one of these tether thingies. Oh, there's a path here. Probably nothing. There's a little bit. Okay, let's check here first. How it do? Oh, it doing. It doing good. You're ready for something fun and exciting again? I mean, that's how I'm feeling about this game right now. And in a couple weeks, I'll be back to D4 when their new season drops. And then Borderlands 4 is next week. I'm excited for that one. I haven't played Borderlands since like early of Borderlands 2. So I'm excited to dive back into that. I know we have... I am going to play the new WoW expansion for a little bit. I don't know how excited I'll be about it, but we're going to try it. Hollow Knight Silksong? That's not for me, probably, but I'm excited for people who are excited about it. Didn't the new D4 season drop beginning of September? It's gonna... No, the next one is December 23rd. Or, sorry, September 23rd. It's in like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, something like that. Yeah, the current season's almost over. And then the season of Chaos is getting ready to start. My brain. D4 needs some new areas again. So they're getting ready to announce the next expansion. That's when we're going to get new areas. And my prediction is still that we're going to get the expansion in September of next year. So like still almost a year away. I could be wrong, but that's what my gut is telling me. I saw something on the map over here, but I don't know what it was. You haven't missed any of Diablo? Yeah, if you played the what's it? The Sins of the Herodrum season. That's still what's going on. What's the deal with the big spots we didn't get in the new expansion? I think that that's probably just like mountainous areas or like uninhabitable swamp area or something. Like just areas on the map that didn't make sense to let players go to, is my guess. Either that, or they're giving us options of areas to go back to in the future. But there were areas like that in the original map also. They weren't as big, but there were definitely areas that we just couldn't go to because there was like mountains and stuff there. Okay, I have no idea where these things are. Look who it is! You're leaning towards cow-related stuff in the future? Maybe. Hand of Nas Necro Minions was stupid. Minions doing billions of damage. Yeah, so it does seem like every season they try to get the balance closer, but there's always like one or two outliers that just do crazy broken damage. Hopefully they fix that. Although with the Chaos armor, I'm expecting a lot of like crazy combinations that do insane numbers. I'm excited to see what people come up with for that system. You're going to have to trade and get better gear for your ranger. I do like how easy the new in-game trade system has made getting gear. Like, you don't have to deal with people anymore. You can just kind of go there and take it. D4 needs new core skills for every class. So they have already done interviews talking about major revamps coming to the skill tree. I know a little bit more than what they've publicly talked about. All I'll say is it sounds promising. Whether or not they'll stick the landing, I don't know. But it sounds really promising. Marvel could have done a better job trying to incorporate more games. Who wouldn't want a game with Fantastic Four skins? This guy, man. This guy.
Yes. Hello.
You want to play a warrior without doing just Whirlwind or Hoda? So I've played a warrior in multiple seasons, and I've never done Whirlwind. And I've only done Hoda once. I'm a big advocate of the double swing twister builds, or like the weapon throw barb. A lot of fun there. I know a lot of people play upheaval. There's quite a few. There's the walking arsenal builds. I would check out Cliptus. He puts out a lot of bar builds, a lot of really good stuff. He's another Diablo partner who I like what he does. He makes good content. It just seems those core skills are just overshadowed by the Earthquake rune word. And they definitely nerfed the Earthquake rune word quite a bit because they also saw that being a problem. It might still be a little too strong, but... Oh, you usually do play as builds? Okay. Yeah, so like I'm very curious with the Chaos stuff, what builds that's going to open, because that's going to make it to where we can have different combinations of gear for every build. And like the people who are theory crafting seem pretty excited about it. Okay, so I've still not found any of these thingies. And I'm starting to worry about it. Got some Abyss mods over here. Unique map over here. They need to expand the rune words more. They just feel underwhelming compared to D2. Yeah, I've been meaning to make a video about that. Because, like, I have an idea in my head that would work really well for rune words to give it more of that Diablo 2 feel. I don't know if they would ever do it or not, but I definitely feel like there's room there to make them way better. Get us balance issues, but figure it out? Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of things they've done right, but there's a lot of things that just missed the mark that could be way more exciting. Like one of the things I always talk about is all of the systems in Diablo. it feels like when you get the things that you want, you feel relief instead of dopamine, and that feels backwards for any video game. You want to give players those hits of dopamine. Like right now, you pretty much only get dopamine when you get a mythic drop, or when you get an item with a bunch of GAs, or you get like a perfect masterworking crit, like the triple, the orange rolls, like on like your first or second attempt. Like that's pretty much the only time I ever feel dopamine in that game anymore. I still enjoy playing it because the gameplay loop is fun, but like I don't get that dopamine hit that I got from like D2. Like I can be playing Diablo 2 and get a pair of like chance guards, which is like not an exciting drop, but I get dopamine from it because I know that hey, I can start my Magic Find build. Very disappointed with the runes and how they rank. They could take them out, you wouldn't care. Yep. I like, even if the functionality of them stayed the same, I wish that they made it like Diablo 2, where they do have a fixed order, and taking 3 of one and like cubing it, whatever system, like taking it to the jeweler or whatever, and upgrading it to the next one rather than it just being random. That missed the mark for me. That should be like, I like the feeling of knowing that you can grind up to the one that you need rather than just having to get RNG luck or trade. Your whole time playing, you've never gotten a 4GA item? I have, but they're never good. All right, we're going to go here because there's a boss. You don't know why they didn't just copy and paste it, unless it was strictly because of balance. I'm sure it probably was. Either that or because Blizzard 2 was made by Diablo 2 was made by different devs than Diablo 3 and 4. Like, it was Blizzard North, not Blizzard. Like, not the Blizzard that we have today. Maybe they feel guilty stealing from a team that's no longer there, and they want to do things different. Or maybe they're just trying to make it easier for like the more casual gamers. I don't know, but I hear you completely. Yeah, I was very like when they first announced the rune system, it was before the game even came out. And like they ended up scrapping it because they weren't happy with the system. So when they finally announced that they were bringing it back, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. They finally figured out a new system to make it cool. It was basically the exact same thing. And I was like, what? You waited for like a whole ass expansion to basically put out the exact same system you guys already didn't like? That was weird.
I will put you down.
I mean, they changed it a little bit, but not a ton. I think the whole like offering part of it was different. Not to mention the runes themselves, the drop chances are abysmal. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they had a system like D2 where you could like upgrade to the one that you needed, it wouldn't be that hard to get them, because you would get a lot of the low tier runes, but less of the high tier. But then you could just like progressively improve them to the next tier until you get the one that you need, and it would give you a reason to grind for them. And like, I've always thought, like, I always wish that they would bring back old content that's not being used anymore, like the vaults from Season 3. I thought they were super cool. If they made that a place that dropped a bunch of the low-tier runes, you could go there, farm the low-tier runes, craft them up until you get the high-tier runes that you need. I think that'd be a cool way to do it. Is this the witch? It is, yeah. This is why Mythics didn't feel rewarding to get now. Yeah, like, I mean, I think Mythics they still feel rewarding, but they could be so much better. Dang, they are kicking my ass in here. I think one of the biggest problems with Mythics, this is level 6, I think. One of the biggest problems with Mythics, though, is that for a lot of builds, they almost feel mandatory, so it feels really bad when you don't get them. Any advice for beginners? Just take it little by little. know that it's a more difficult game and it's going to take a little work to learn everything, which I still don't know a lot of things in this game, but I don't have any real specific advice. How is the game compared to Diablo 4? So this game is much more difficult, and there's a lot more to learn, so it's harder, it's a little more overwhelming, but I feel like at the same time, because of those reasons, it tends to be more satisfying when you get, like, when you make meaningful progression or get good stuff. But I think both games are fun in their own ways. Your body's going crazy from all the espresso? How much espresso did you have? How do you find builds? There's a bunch of different websites that have builds on them. Like this one's on Maxroll, but they also, you can get them on Mobalytics. I know there's like Path of Building and stuff, and loss of XP on death is awesome, isn't it? It's my favorite. Take it little by little, words to live by, right? Tips for beginners, don't spam skills, tap to keep your movement up. Yeah, true. I need to get new boots with movement speed, because I feel like I'm moving so fucking slow. Wild. Alright. Yeah, this map's kind of kicking my ass already. I don't know if I've ever asked, what's the highest character in this game? Let's find out. I don't remember. I know it's my Stormweaver. Log into the website. It'll tell me on there. My Stormweaver was 89. Why do I have in-game... Wait. Somebody sent me a message on the website. It's in a different language. Let's translate this. What is this? Chinese? I don't even know. No. What are these symbols? Okay. My Google or my browser translate didn't work. Let's go to Google Translate. What does this say? I'm so curious. I want to buy a helmet in Russian. Interesting. The 10% XP loss at 89 versus 93 is no comparison. The XP starts to scale crazy. Yeah. Okay, I need to be super careful through here. This is your first real monk build this season. It's sick. I do want to try a monk. That'll probably be my next character. Because I played a little bit last league, or... I don't remember if it was last league or the first league. I played a little bit of a monk and I liked it, but I think I only made it like Act 2. I can't remember if this is a 6 or a 7. Your witch is level 20, sad face. We just gotta play more. 6? Do you know that, or are you guessing? Happy this morning when you completed your first 12. Nice. Yeah, I've definitely been taking it slow progressing through the maps. What build? I'm playing the Chaos Fireball Witch. It's a Blood Mage. It's Garotha's build. I put a link to it on my website, which is in my bio. If you're interested. Just got to 88. You'll get there. So... do you remember what you were at 78, roughly? I'm curious if I'm like behind, or if I'm like where I should be at this point. On point right now? Okay, good. Well, that makes me feel better. I was worried. I was worried people are doing like T15 maps at this point. Got to work in 4 hours, haven't slept yet? Go get a good nap in. What's my resistances? Fire 67, cold and lightning are at 75, and chaos is at 37. So they're not perfect, but they're not terrible. And these fucks are not my friend. Okay, got him. Got to work on them, yeah. I did have all of them capped, but I switched one of my pieces of gear to get more damage, so I lost a little bit of my fire res. Well, I had all of them, but chaos capped. Game looks good. It wasn't nearly as crazy when you played, but didn't get that far. This build's kind of nuts. Like visually, anyways. Yeah, the game's really good. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Boop. I keep looking for one of the things to unlock the sandstorm, but I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know if it's like a physical thing in the world I need to click on. I don't know if it shows up on the map. Move speed and cast speed will carry you through T15s. Yeah, my move speed is rough because I had boots that had like 25% on them, and I switched to boots that had way more damage and stuff on them, or way better stats, but 0 movement speed, and I kind of regret it. But I don't think I kept them, so I'm waiting for a new pair of boots. It'll show up on the map. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, I've done a bunch of maps around here, but I've not found it yet. Usually at the end of the map where the boss will be. Okay. Is that what this is? Yep. I remember this guy.
Give up all hope. The lever.
Pop.
I must pierce him again.
Why did it not fire? Well, that sucked. Don't have anyone to play with. I play this game completely solo. On the map selector screen, you'll notice a glow around. Oh, really? Okay. That's good to know. I don't know what happened with that that harpoon. It just, like, it started going, and then it's like, nah. Alright, this will go better. Maybe. It fired, but if you don't have the prompt, it does shit damage. Oh, weird. Ah, shit. Hit the wrong button on my mouse. Dumb Riz, dumb Riz. I'm like, why is my Nova, or my ice wall is not firing? Because I'm pushing the wrong button, like a big dummy.
More mana. I must pierce him again.
I cannot die. Centuries drowning, and you think this will help? You can hide.
Better.
All
Overseer
my
precursor
plan.
tablet. Interesting. I don't think I've seen that before. Okay, so that gave me a tier 8. So this was a 7. Probably. I can put this back in. What spirit mods am I using? So I have Siphon Elements. I have Withering Presence. And then occasionally I'll swap out to Mana Remnants, but not usually. It's also weird when you die on a boss how it kind of resets the map. Why do you never get the weapon you need? It's always crossbows and quarterstaffs.
Yes.
Could you be using the wrong loot filter?
Go.
I don't know. I got nothing. Hmm. You don't know if you're doing something wrong, but in the end game, you can't drop the key to Sekimas or Chaos. I mean, they're just random drops. They're not super common. I don't know if you're using a loot filter. It could be filtering them out, but they should drop every now and then. They'll look like this guy or this guy. You're not using a filter? What's a loot filter? So you can go on to like different websites or like the PoE forums or download a filter from somewhere, and it'll basically remove or like hide items that are irrelevant to you, and then like change the colors of the drops on the ground for stuff to make it stand out more. Like my skill gems drop is like a turquoise teal color, whereas like normally I think they're like a brownish color. You just pulled a $7 Pokemane's card. Hell yeah. You have to be a certain level before they drop. It depends on your ascendancy level too. Oh, okay. Found 3 divines before them. Damn. I've only found 2 divines so far. Level 88 now. That's why it's strange. That is very strange if you haven't found them yet. Ew. Ayo. Thank you for the subby. Time to write on some Riz monies. Where's my marker? Thank you for the subby. Appreciate it. In the jar. Oh boy. Oh boy. Who's that one going to, Justin? You want to target that one, or do you want me to do random? Random? Alrighty. Apparently, I just earned the Chaos Orb badge again for that. I already have that. That's weird. Anyways. Jewels. Seems like I get way more emeralds than the others. Give myself a Riz Hundo? No. Doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. All right, we're gonna re-roll these. Why not? Cause it don't. Cause it don't. Okay.
What is it?
Identify. So a perfect mana regen rate. Can I... Minions! Minions! Can I chaos this? It's a low roll. Sign for a multi-year deal? Really? Hell yeah. Minions! Ah. Went from bad to worse. Ooh. Oh, yeah, this was Death Cab, yeah. Come on. Wait. Does my fire ignite even though I switched to chaos? Probably not. No. Shock! Oh, we lost the crit there. Oh, okay. These are just getting worse and worse and worse. Not unless you have convert chaos to fire. Yeah, no, I was converting fire to chaos. Boop, boop, boop.
Speak.
Cold damage, energy shield, recharge rate, freeze buildup. Not good for me, but it could be good for somebody. As long as there's still 1% left to fire, you can still ignite? No, but this passive turns all 100% of my fire damage to chaos, so it doesn't. On Pepe? I'm sorry, what? Oh, you're... Never mind. You're talking to somebody else. Got it. I understand. I'm only half paying attention. It's fine. Be good. Low FPS? Nice. Alright, so we do have a tier 8 map now. We have a tier 7 map. We have a bunch of tier 6s. We're going to run 6 for now, because I don't want them to take forever. Alright, so you said that if they have the thing, they might glow a little bit? Because I'm trying to get into here, but I haven't found any of the temporal tethers yet. Certain parts of the maps you drop to 20 FPS. Oof. Oh wait, like no, that's just a unique map. I don't know. We'll do this one though. Need to keep the exalt. I know, I know. I use a few here and there, but I try to save most of them. Is loot filter PC only setting? No. They did add it to console recently. You have to use a PC to like sync them to your account, but then they should show up in game. I you could probably do it on like mobile or something. God, I need movement speed so bad. I might have to go shopping. Go to the store, buy some new shoes. Maybe get some heals while I'm at it. Huh? Pew, pew, pew. Making brunch? What you making me? Oh, you mean for you? Oh, okay. Never mind. Pancake, sausage, fresh OJ? That sounds wonderful. I haven't had pancakes in so long. Hello from South Africa. What up, South Africa? How you doing? Give me that rib. I'm gonna eat it. But yeah, Justin, to go back to your comment about what's her face, it'd make a whole lot of sense if they planned it to where her deal expires the same time his does. But that makes me happy. Still looks OP. It's getting better. I'm still trash at the game though, so it only gets so far. What class? I'm a witch. I am a blood mage. How do I get at this point of the game? Mine never looks like this. So this build is kind of new for the game. I've never had a build that looked quite like this either, though. Season's better than Dawn of the Hunt? Oh yeah, for sure. This is the best the game's ever felt. By quite a bit, in my opinion. Between the new Abyss content, the new acts, the interludes, all that, plus just like all the new trading options and stuff, it feels way better. Okay, so we're gonna switch gems out real quick for boss time. Also, I leveled. Hell yeah. We're gonna go here. We got electrified ground. Oh, who are you? I don't know who you are. Oh boy. Okay. I was expecting Candlemass. Is this build good for bossing? It's not the best, but I'm sure it's better if you're good at the game. I am not. Did I not switch the gem? Where's my fireball? I didn't. Shit. Was I using the wrong one for the whole dungeon and then switched to the wrong one for the boss? It's fine. It's fine.
This changes nothing.
Did you die already? There we go. What makes the lightning explode on impact, like with Arc? I don't know. I haven't played Arc, so I'm not. Probably the infusions, though, right? Yeah, I thought I put that in, but apparently I didn't. Whoops. Wait. Did I put it in the wrong spot? Did I... That's what I did. I put it in the wrong skill. Anyways, you were doing it last season with Lightning Spear? Can't remember what I used. I don't know this game that well, to be honest. And my memory's also terrible, so even if I did at one point, doesn't mean I still would. I hate being old. My memory's gotten so bad. Makes me feel really dumb sometimes.
What is it?
Smoke the memory away? I don't, though.
What is it?
I don't do that. If I did, I'd be even worse. People assume you did, but it's just ADHD. I think that's my problem. I'm actually in the process of getting meds for ADHD. I got diagnosed earlier this year, and it's been like a nightmare trying to get anything for it. I don't know if I'll like it or not, but I figured it's at least worth trying. Lightning Herald? That could be. That could be. Welcome to your world, right? Orb of Chance will upgrade the item into a random unique of the same item class. So is that a guaranteed chance? That's interesting if that's the case. I really need to go through some of this stuff. Also, another level 16 gem. I should use that. But do I want to use it on Despair or Ember Fusillade? Probably Fusillade. Harder to function without when you start them. Just fair warning. I have heard that. I'll probably try them a couple times just to see how it feels and see if it makes a huge difference. And if it doesn't, I'll probably just stop. Breaks the item if it doesn't upgrade the item. So normally I know it does, but with the what was it, the Omen? With this guy, Omen of Ancients. Your next Orb of Chance will upgrade the item to a random unique of the same item class. Like, isn't that what it normally does, but it's normally a chance? Because this sounds like it's going to guarantee it, but I'm not sure. Think that's guaranteed? Okay. Makes a big difference for you, but you're just dead to the world without it? I mean, I'm kind of dead to the world anyways. All right, so where are we going now? I guess I could work towards this guy. So here, kind of want to do this one because as a boss, though. Heck it. Heck it! What do I take? I don't take anything currently. But I'm guessing that question wasn't for me. If I advanced, put you on a super short fuse, you had a newborn at the time, so you're like past. Ugh. Yeah, that would be no good.
Another corpse to serve me.
Is there a guide for this build anywhere? Yeah, if you click on the link in my bio, it takes you to my website. There's a link to the build guide at the very top of it. This is Garafa's build. It's not my own, but I'm linking to it for people who are curious. Day 16 of asking for Diablo 1 stream? Not yet! Not yet! I'll play Diablo 1 on Christmas. Running Ice Strike Monk at the moment, and this looks like a fun second build to try. That's funny, because I'm planning on going to Monk next. Although I don't know what kind of Monk yet. You hate max roll? Why? Tempest Flurry's close to last rate. You love yours. A love of yours from POB1. Gotcha. I think it was D4 a few years ago. It was inconsistent. I feel like max roll has been one of the more consistent ones. Like, so they're not focused usually. It depends on the creator, but usually their focus is making builds that are good enough for anybody to figure out and play. Whereas like some other sites have like builds that are going to give you more damage, but they're going to be way harder to play. And I feel like they're easier to follow. But the only reason that that's a max roll build is because it's Garafa's build and he writes for max roll. So. Yeah, so the thing about build guides in general, you gotta find the creators that you like rather than just trusting one platform. With the exception of Icy Veins, it's always dog shit. That's probably not true. I think it's funny to meme on Icy Veins. What up, Joe? Oh boy. Oh boy. Here he goes again. It's so bright! Thank you for the biddies! My retinas, that one feels really bright, like more than normal. Oh, please stop. Oh, please stop. Oh. Okay. Why did that one seem so much more bright than normal? Oh, not you. Anybody but you. Okay, he's dead. I feel like in the later game, I'm getting so many more support gems than I am regular gems, and I still need regular gems. Can you skip the campaign? Nope. Gotta do it for every character still. Ugh. I think they'll ever change it. Only thing putting me off? Probably not, honestly, based on what they've said. Because basically their stance is if everybody wants to skip the campaign, it just means that the campaign's not good enough. That's what they said during one of their live streams. Saw this build, you found a +3 fire wand, slammed it, got spell damage, spell crit, man. Hell yeah. You zoomed in your camera, you don't know how to fix it? Wait, what kind of camera are you talking about? Force people to play through it is the only correct answer? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I know a lot of creators have been very critical about that decision and still are, like, basically begging them to change it, but I don't know. You're like right on my guy now. Oh, so I don't know what it is on controller, but on mouse and keyboard, you just scroll out on the mouse wheel. Is the campaign better than D4 at least? I mean, the campaign's great. But, I mean, D4 had a good campaign, too. It's just too easy. Yeah, I'm playing on PC. I don't know what Timmy's playing on, but I'm guessing he's on controller. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to do it on controller. Does anybody know how to zoom out on controller? I'm assuming PlayStation? You got it? Okay. L2 right on D-pad. Okay. Okay. Wait. You hold L2 and play... Okay, that's weird. Can't even get your game to fit onto the screen correctly? You're gonna sit this one out? On PC or on console? So you get your second bar of skill. I see. PS5? Huh. That's weird. Sort of have issues with the PS5 also. It's a known problem. That's super weird. Makes you only want to use enough skills for one bar. I mean, yeah. You shouldn't need more than one, I don't think. Menus that clip a bit off screen, but the HUD fits fine. That's super random. Is that with all games or with just PoE?
Speak.
Yes.
Just PoE? Huh. Hopefully they fix that. Does anybody use crossbows? Is that any good? 4 to all projectile skills. 112 to accuracy. Grants 5 life and 13 mana per enemy hit / killed. Seems kind of decent from not knowing crossbows. Part 1 was fine. Very select amount of games. Seen a few indie games too. Huh. Is that worth trying to sell? I have no idea. Damage seems low, but... Thank you for the roses. The rose. 47% increased spirit. Allies in your presence deal added fire, added cold, and have all elemental resist. 1 level to all minion skills. Not worth much unless you roll fizz. Gotcha. So it could be good if somebody wanted to try to gamble it, maybe. Needs high fizz and plus projectile skills. Well, I mean, isn't... Yeah, it has +4 to all projectile skills. Who is this? This is... well, so I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. It's like Thomas Zakaris, but the original is by Eric Johnson. Cliffs of Dover. It was on one of the Guitar Heroes. Guitar Hero 3, I believe. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw it in here for like 1 exalt,
Like
just
a
to see
good
if anybody wants to gamble on it.
Yes.
We love Gamba? Hell yeah. Change your music preferences forever? Yeah. Yeah, this song goes hard. This is a witch. Which? I am a, what's it called? Blood Mage. My brain just did a nope. Crazy Ice Staff last night. 180% spell damage, 93 extra cold, 5 level cold spells. Hell yeah. So we have fire, cold, and lightning on here. Let's see. Without these, we are undercapped on all 3. I don't really want to lose that. Thought you had found your forever wand. You keep finding new forever wands? Hell yeah. I mean, that's a good problem to have. I am playing a witch. Let's see. Looking at the shop on the website right now. Is there any cold sork builds with common stuff? I haven't really looked. Every witch that I've seen has either been doing Spark or Arc, but I'm sure there's other builds that are viable. I found some boots that seem decent. They give me a shitload of fire, a little bit of chaos and cold, movement speed, increase energy shield, max life. Yeah, I'm gonna grab them for 5 exalt. Those seem decent, yeah? Wait, how does that only have 86 energy shield? Oh, because this has 35 max plus 24% increase. But the movement speed seems really nice. I don't know. We'll try it. Whatever.
Nice choice.
Are the devs gonna just finish off Hex Blast? They've been trying to nerf it to the grave since season 1. I have no idea. Freaking Navali, why are you there? All right. So my lightning's a little undercapped, but I have better chaos now. I'm gonna find your seller profile and just camp out in my hideout, watch me eat dinner and such. Do it. Move speed's king. Yeah. Just the little bit of movement I just had in my hideout already feels way better. Yeah, that feels so much better. So much better. All right, so we're gonna go here. Justin, why are you always slapping my face? All right, so we go here.
Your righteous will be turned to ash.
Okay.
I will dispel you.
Camp out and offer music suggestions, but there's no fixing perfection. I like it.
Another corpse to serve.
Now there's always room for improvement.
Out of mana.
Hello? Didn't want to shoot. POV? I'm sorry, what?
More mana.
Oh, POV. This is I don't have a POV for it, but it's I have a max roll link on my website, which is in my bio. Going to be unwelcome Matt Kinfield and offer random music facts about bands and such. I don't know who that name is. Should I?
Now this looks interesting. Out of mana. Another corpse to serve. More mana.
MTV VJ? Oh, okay. Probably the most knowledgeable as far as music and such. Gotcha. Man, that's a throwback. Grunge Uncle Fester? Hell yeah. I remember the days of rushing home to school to watch TRL. Old school. You wish getting item filters on PS5 was easier? I mean, it's not too hard. You just gotta go to a website somewhere, like on your phone or computer or whatever, sync it to your profile, and then it's just there in game. I didn't make it, did I? Did I make it back in time? Nope. Can Carson just retire already? What is he even doing these days? I know he was doing the voice. I don't know if he still does that. I think he does still. That's wild. Jeez. I gotta slow down a little. Says the guy who just sped things up by getting more movement speed. Some of these campaign bosses are overtuned. I love the campaign though. Like it did feel a little overtuned, but like I think that was the fun of it. I can't imagine doing it hardcore. I died a lot, but I had fun with every death. Okay, maybe not every death. Most deaths. I really need to aim that behind him, not like right on top. It's fine. I've never been off this much in the campaign. Off how? Why is that not opening? Oh. There we go. Okay, I have still not gotten a single greater or perfect orb, jeweler's orb. Not one. What's up, Caden? How you doing? The only ones I've had were ones that I traded for. That's wild. You're on Act 4 currently? Hell yeah. I loved Act 4. I had so much fun with it. It was hard, but it was a lot of fun. So waiting for when the 4 slot one? Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I ended up buying them because I didn't want to wait forever. Luckily, they weren't too expensive. Trying to find how to be less squishy. Being less squishy is tough. Probably going to want a lot of energy shield. Make sure your resists are good. Pick up life wherever you can. That's really all you can do. I mean, you could do like evasion or armor, but that's going to be tougher with stat points and whatnot. Kind of seems like energy shield's the best of the 3 anyways. Not as much as it used to be, though. Really dampens your game waiting for things to drop, but that's RNG. That's why I'm so glad that the asynchronous trade and like the currency exchange and stuff are so easy to use. Because it makes stuff like that much more bearable. Although SSF's going to be rough. is which also my main. So it's definitely my main this league. I think I would probably say it's been my favorite build to play. I don't know that I have a favorite class yet though. In my heart, I'm a Sork, but I think I'm enjoying the Witch more.
None can oppose me.
They're similar though. I didn't realize I was up against water. I'm like, why can't I go left anymore? Dumb. Dumb Riz. Another Lesser Jeweler's Orb. Level 4 Sork. Yeah, I use WSD. I tried using the traditional point and click mouse movement, but it felt really weird for me in this game. Like, it felt like I was on, like, ice skates, and I didn't like it. How my fireball is purple? That is part of the passive tree. So, like, from the middle, if you go straight up, right over here is Black Flame Covenant. Turns all of your fire damage into chaos damage. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like as soon as I saw somebody playing this build, I'm like, I have to do it. It looks so cool. Inscribed Ultimatum. Have you played the newest class and how is it? The Huntress? I did last league. I liked it then, although it was kind of annoying to play. At least the build I had, because I was doing the Twister build. So like I had to cast like 6 things before I was able to launch my twisters. And then when I did it, it would do a lot of damage, but it was just like, I don't know. It felt more annoying than it was fun to play. It was strong though, but there's definitely better builds for it. I just haven't played them. Okay, I will go back for that Abyssal Depths. Lightning Spear was top tier? Yeah, I heard that was way better. I never tried that one.
Another pretender to power.
Alright, back to the depths. Nope, I passed it. I have a build for Purple Fire. Yeah, so if you're looking for the build guide, I have it on my website, which is linked in my bio. I put a link at the top. It's Garatha's max roll build. Remember what skill or support caused the lightning spears to explode? It's called Powie Wowie. I don't think that's accurate. I got nothing. I'm a genius? I know, I know. Where'd he go? Still saw a partial health bar. Oh. Give me your collarbone. I'm gonna eat it. Nom 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 nom.
Give up all hope.
Tangle Tongue? Never heard of that one. Tangletown? That's not what I said. Tangle Tongue. Although I kind of like Cankletown too. Wouldn't want to live there. Are you required to have cankles?
More mana.
What's your map? I think this is a 7. 6 or 7. Cankles are like a member-only jacket? Aw, shit. I don't want to be a member. What game is this? Path of Exile 2? Is this Band of Horses? Sure is. You gotta be a horse to join the band. Is it fun? It's very fun. It's difficult, and there's a lot to learn, but it's super fun.
Death is my power to wield.
Some chaos stocks or something? The economy is wild this league. Stonks are up. Play Diablo 4, will you like this? So this game is, like, it plays similarly, but it's much more difficult than D4. And the systems are way more in depth. So, like, if you like thinking about your builds and, like, fighting hard bosses, like, if you like Diablo 4, but you also like Elden Ring, I think you'd probably like it. Like, fights are almost like Souls-like in difficulty. Probably not as difficult, but they have mechanics, so you actually have to, like, actively pay attention to. Otherwise, you're just gonna get destroyed. It's a different itch? Yeah, absolutely. Alright, let's get out of here. Was there anything left in the main map? I don't think so. Okay, we out of here. This is the coolest music video ever? What? I clicked the wrong thing. I don't like that using a portal takes you out of the depths instead of to your hideout, but I think you're going to find a different endocrinologist. Do it. Shop around. Find one that vibes with you. What's that portal animation? This guy? This is one of the ones from the new, what's it called? It was one of the packs that you can buy this league. One of the mystery boxes, one of these guys. The Third Edict mystery box bundles.
Go on. What is it? I'm tired of the you might have this, but we'll keep an eye on it for the past 4 years or so. Yeah, that really sucks. Just give her answers. Just give her answers. I'm playing Witch. For Doriani. Yes. Boom. Yeah, Blood Witch. Yep. Blood Mage. Blood Mage Witch. Yeah. And we just got to 79. Okay. Okay, so this is a unique map. Shrouded in Darkness contains Omen Altars, 6% increased pack size. The Swamp. Hella Mixed Signals, Blood Mage Witch. Yeah, it's the Chaos Purple Fireball Blood Mage Witch. Oh boy.
The Magi actually chose to listen here. No accounting for taste, I suppose. More mana.
How much divs is my build? I none. I think I might have spent 30, 40 Exalt. But I'm sure this build could be much stronger. Yeah, I haven't invested any divs in it. Them, pay your bill online, also them, servers offline, heck. All you really need is a better source of mana and you'd be really moving. Yeah. Yeah, mana's definitely my bottleneck right now. You've had loads of greater jeweler orbs, but hardly any divs, maybe 15, you're level 75. I have not found a single jeweler's orb that wasn't lesser, but I've found 2 divs. I feel like my mana got worse, and I'm not sure why. An Evergaze? I'm not sure what that is. I don't know items in this game, really. Oh, hi. Oh, God. Oh, God. Cast, please. Good. There we go. Maybe put clarity into the remnants. I think I have. I have it somewhere. Yeah, clarity 2 on life remnants. Spellslinger or cast on crit? Nope. No to both. What's going on here? There's a passive towards the start of the tree that's just straight mana efficiency, 20%. Yeah, I think I had that, and then I changed my tree, and I don't know if I have it anymore. Yeah, this one right here? No, not that one. I mean, those would help also. Oh, yeah, that would help. Um, I think I'm supposed to have this one. I think I fubbed up on that one. Did not like efficiency 2 on your curses and Frostwall to help with mana issues. Efficiency 2. What do I have on Frostwall? Yeah, I don't have that. I could potentially do it instead of Spell Cascade. Maybe. Yeah, I'll have to mess with my tree a little bit. Not having a map here is kind of weird. I'm like still instinctively bringing it up. Okay, now what? Explore the dark mists. New bosses were fun. Did you? Yeah, I really liked the new campaign. Like, I definitely feel like for me, I enjoy the campaign more than Endgame. Although the Endgame has definitely gotten a lot better. You hate the feeling you get surrounded by mobs, panic rolling? Yeah. I'm so bad at that too. Oh. Okay. Finger the finger heart. I'm sure I'll change this up a bit. Those effing remix bosses were brutal. Yeah, some of them were crazy. I wonder if there's anything worth exploring here for still. You get all slow when you go in there? Okay, so I can't, like, expand the area anymore. I see. You can keep one on screen and the other ADHDs you? Wait, what? Oh, there was one fight. There was there was the worm thing that's in Act 1, like, early on, that pops out of the ground, and then there was another dude in the same arena. The worm dude was, like, stuck in the big arena, so I took the other dude to, like, the entranceway and just killed him there, and then went and took care of the worm dude. The scorpion, yeah. Yeah, so I just pulled the scorpion, like, to the entryway there. Killed him separate.
What is it?
Okay, so
Another strategy.
I'm gonna lose this point for now. And pick up... Where was it? This guy. You did the same, but ran past the entrance, so he didn't spawn. Took the worm to the skull in the back. Okay. So that should help a little bit. 3% max mana when you collect a remnant, and I'm collecting remnants constantly. Let's see, what else is good here? % of max mana on kill. That could be good, but that's quite far to path to. I could maybe look into getting these. Maybe. That one might not be a bad instill. That's what it's called, right? Chevelle just gets better with age, don't they? Like opposite of how rock works. Mental alacrity. Cast speed, mana regen, and int. Seems good. Refocus also seems pretty good. 3% increase max life, mana, and energy shield. I watched Final Destination Bloodlines. I walked to the theater to watch it opening day. Yep. Really enjoyed it. And apparently they're filming the next one. Or writing the next. I don't know if they're filming, but they're working on it. It's in pre-production, I believe. Increase max regen rate. Regenerates 0.5% of mana per sec or life per second. Strengthen it. Interesting. These look overwhelming. Are you making these decisions or following a guide? Most of my build I followed a guide for. But I do make small tweaks here and there based on whatever I'm struggling with. The Seether frontman looks like a middle-aged dad now, but man, they're so good. Yeah, Seether's good. Mana Leech recovers based on elemental damage types. Physical? Interesting. Yeah, I don't want Mana Leech. Recover 2% of max mana on kill. 25% increased amount of Mana Leech. Fear, envy, paranoia. I have 2 of the 3. Maybe. Remember in 2003 when you bought Seether, Chevelle, and Breaking Benjamin debuts one day? Damn. Yep. Alright. And 3 Days Grace? What a day. Okay, so my fireball is max. What else was I maxing? Not snap. Maybe living bomb. Spare might be good. Target music section was lit. Hell yeah. Well, I have a chance orb. When did I find that? What should I use it on? And it's with that one thing that I had, it seems like I have a guaranteed chance to get whatever I want. I don't know if that's how it works or not. That's how it reads. Where is that? Where do the omens go? Ah. Where was it? Orb of Chance will upgrade the item to a random unique of the same item class. If you're stuck in Act 4, health and shield wise, should you grind Act 3 or try where you can Act 4 in better gear? Are you stuck on a boss or just like random mobs? Like, I never really felt like I needed to grind for gear so much. I would usually just make small tweaks to my gear, like with like the crafting mats and stuff that I had, just random mobs. I mean, if you can handle early Act 4, you're probably going to get better loot than you would in Act 3, but I'm not really sure. If you're in Act 4, you should also have access to the trading stuff. So you could potentially buy some gear that way. Unless you're trying to do like SSF stuff. Crafting's the best way to get better gear? Yeah. Crafting's super good in this game. Or Gamba? Yeah. Okay, so this is pretty garbage. I should try and re-roll that. What they don't tell you is you need to buy stash tabs for market before you can sell anything. Yeah, unless you converted the premium stash tabs to merchants tabs. And they did tell you if you watched their presentation, but they don't always do a great job explaining things in game. So a lot of times they expect you to have watched all their videos and read all their blog posts and that kind of thing. You know, your res is crap, cold is 75%, but fire and lightning is 30 or below. Honestly, though, that's pretty good for just being an Act 4. I didn't get mine all capped until I was pretty well into the end game. Bought stash tabs, but didn't know you needed to buy the market tab as well. Yeah, like if you bought them before the new stuff came out, you could convert them, but otherwise, yeah, you got to buy the market tab. Removes a random modifier and augments a rare item with a new guaranteed modifier. Your next desecration attempt will guarantee a random Amanamu modifier. This creates a rare armor. Wait, why did this one go in here? The other ones don't. Wait. Oh. Are these just like extra slots that can be anything? No. Interesting. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I hope that they add like some kind of crafting section for all these like Abyss mods. Greater Jeweler's Orbs are 1/1 on currency exchange. Thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, they're pretty cheap. Gonna make a huge difference? Yeah, it should. So yeah, I made a huge mistake. Initially, I thought that when you did the mods from the Abyss stuff, the desecrated mods, I thought those were in addition to the 6. I didn't realize if you use it on one that already has 6, it replaces something. So I replaced stuff, not even realizing that I was replacing stuff. Big dumb. That was me not reading. 1/1 Exalt, yeah. So now I have this reduced effect on curses. I would love to re-roll that. I thought I had something to take off, like an Abyss roll.
You lost 94% lightning damage doing that? Oof. I can desecrate a rare amulet, ring, or belt. Shit! Did not mean to roll. Like, I could try it on here. But, like, I would only want it to hit either flask life recovery rate or regen per second. The other ones I don't want to lose, so that's probably a bad idea. I also haven't tried desecrating a rare waystone yet, which is interesting. Still boosts your DPS with plus levels to lightning skills. Okay, that's solid. Like, is there a way to replace the desecrated mod? Is there a currency that does that? To specifically replace just that one? While this item is active in your inventory, your next desecration attempt will replace all modifiers on the item, creating an item with up to 6 desecrated modifiers and corrupting the item. That's wild. One of the bones? Like, what if I just tried to use another one on here? Okay. They leave so much for you to test yourself, which I kind of like that. Like the experimentation process, but it's a lot. And like, you don't want to brick your gear, so it's like, you got to be careful. So like, for that thing that I was just talking about, I need to find like a good base, try to desecrate it. 6 random things. I could try it on like a wand, just to see. Like I could use it on something like this. Probably want to find a higher level wand. Am I getting a lot of exceptional bases? I wouldn't say a lot. They pop up here and there. Although, part of me worries that my loot filter might be not showing all of them. I'm not sure. We could try it on this guy. I kind of feel like experimenting. Although I'm wondering what this is worth. Omen of Putrefaction. Currency exchange. I want Exalt. I have Omen of Putrefaction. So it's worth 5 Exalt. Okay, that's not a big deal. For science. Reddit tried to explain to you how to get 100% slotted item effect, but you didn't understand? I don't even know what that means. Okay, while this item is in your inventory, your next desecration attempt will replace all modifiers. So I want to make sure this has all 6 first. Is there a stash here? Yeah. Your slotted items are 100% more potent. What is a slotted item? Just like anything that you're wearing, you mean? Oh, rune. I see. I see. Oh, right. I have to. It has to have a desecrated thingy. Do I have one for? Yeah. Okay. Send it. What is an invocated spell? Triggered by invocations. Okay. See it so much on Reddit, but you don't follow how they're doing it? Wait, what?
I didn't right click on it. Big dumb. Big dumb. Big dumb. Well, that was a learning experience.
What is it?
Anyways. Are you sure? Yeah, I didn't. You've used one several times. It didn't pop up again to desecrate it again like it was supposed to. Because, yeah, I didn't realize you had to right-click on it. I didn't realize that's how they worked. I thought it just had to be in your inventory the next time you were trying to do it. I didn't read the bottom line. It says right-click it. That's okay. We'll try it on a better item later. Or something. But it's my lunchtime. So I'm going to call it here. But I will probably, most likely, be back in a little bit for a afternoon stream. So thank you guys for hanging out. If you're on Twitch, I'm going to raid somebody. But otherwise, I will see you guys in a little bit. Bye!